In the following recording, I'll be showing you how to use the user administration features of the Konica Minolta e-commerce online portal. Once you've logged into the portal, scroll down to approximately the middle of the page, and now we can see we have user administration and product administration tabs. Let's click on user administration tab first of all. One of the most commonly used features here is the ability to invite a colleague to sign up so that they can use the portal themselves. And this is done by clicking on add user, then enter their details. The mandatory field is the email address, but it would make sense normally to include their first name, surname and phone number. And towards the bottom, most importantly, we can assign the options we'd like them to be able to see once logged in. Then send user request. That will send an email message to your colleague. They would click on the link, select their own password, and then they would be able to log in and also use the portal. Next to add user is manage guest request. So if we have users using the portal as a guest rather than being signed up with their usual details, we can apply the settings required and finally click the orange save settings button at the bottom. And next to this, we have manage sign up settings. So if we want our user to have visibility of all the devices on site, or if there's more than one site, all the sites, we can click all machines. If they are responsible for just the device that they maybe sit closest to, then we can click one machine. It may be that you have a colleague that is responsible for an entire floor of a building, or maybe all the devices in the building itself. We can assign a machine group to them, which I'll show you shortly. And when you've selected the required setting, click Save Settings. Underneath this, we can now see the current activated users on the account. And on the right-hand side, we can click on the highlighted blue options here. So the first one is personal information. So if we need to change somebody's surname, or maybe their address for email has changed, we can do so here and then click on Save Changes at the bottom. We can change the access rights, which we've just recently seen, if required, and then Save Changes at the bottom. We can assign a user to a number of machines, and here we can see you can also assign them to a group of machines. This is done by just revealing the entire list of devices and selecting the ones that apply, and then click Save Changes down the bottom. And finally, if you have a colleague that's left the business, of course, there's an option to deactivate the user so that you can keep the portal looking neat and tidy from that point of view. Now we can click on the home button, scroll back down. Now we can have a look at the product administration tab. So here we can set up groups, assign products to those groups, and assign users. So if we click on create new group, type in a name for it, and now we can save and assign products to the group. So let's have the first 4 visible here. We can also search for a device and add it to the group that way using the search bar here, and then finally clicking on search if required, if you can't see them all in one go. Now we can click Save Changes. On the right hand side, we can add users to the group. We can see our test group here, and you can see that if you've forgotten to add the users, you can just click on Edit, Save and Assign Users, tick the box against the user you want to be added to the group, finally click Save Changes, and everything is done.